Ladies and gentlemen, we are set to begin the next contest of the evening. Now about to make his way down to the square circle. A warm welcome, please, for Miguel Mendoza Melquiades.
Mi nombre es Miguel Ángel Mendoza, vengo de la Ciudad de México. Boxeando aproximadamente desde los 14 años y a nivel profesional llevo un año. Pues la disciplina, me considero una persona disciplinada y me gustó el deporte. Pues en pocas palabras podría decir que yo me gustaría ser alguien en la vida y como te lo mencioné me gusta ser disciplinado y me gustaría ir poco a poco subiendo cada vez más. Empiezo a los 14 años, aproximadamente hice de 80 a 90 peleas amateur y hubo un tiempo que me separé del boxeo, sin embargo pues retomé hace aproximadamente 2 años y pues el año pasado inicié como profesional. Esta ya pues, es mi tercera pelea y pues esperamos salir con la mano en alto.
And we see Miguel Mendoza making his way through the hallways here. Miguel Mendoza's career highlight to this point came in the Great White North when he upset Dave Luce on the road in Edmonton, Alberta. Well, now Mendoza fights in Ontario as the man who works in finance by day looks to work his way into the bigger money in the sport of boxing. Mendoza took time away from the sport after a 90-fight amateur career to focus on finance, but says that he's back and he is more dedicated than ever.
And now about to make his way down to the ring, please welcome Nawid Zaman.
My name is Nawid Zaman. I feel like if I don't fight right now, I might regret this. It will chase me all my life. Yeah, it was random fights on the street. I got beat up, and then I was about 19 years old. And then he put me in a boxing gym. Sorry, MMA gym. It was simple as that. Once you fall in love with boxing, you know, I watch boxing pretty much all the time. I dream of boxing, I mean, it's something my passion, I mean. And I'm not even doing this for money. It's pure passion, and I love that with boxing. I want to get the pro fights. I'm ready right now. I'm in my prime right now, even though I'm 34. Just gotta keep distance, you know, jab, jab, cross. Just follow the game plan with Coach Billy telling us to, and simple as that. Hey, May 13, you'll see.
Well, the 34-year-old Nawid Zaman is living his dream here tonight, making his professional boxing debut. Zaman had 17 amateur fights, and for a period of time might have thought that his competitive career in the ring was over, as he focused his efforts on the pizza parlor that he runs near the waterfront in downtown Toronto. But he asked his longtime coach, Billy Martin, to give him a chance to turn pro, and Martin was so impressed with his work ethic that he helped make it happen here tonight.
This contest is brought to you by Red Owl Boxing and is scheduled for 4 rounds or less in the super middleweight division. Sponsored by Rival Boxing Gear. Our 3 judges score in the bout at ringside: Jasper Kujavsky, Jeremy Hayes, and Alan Davis. And once the action begins, the 3rd man in the ring, Dave Dunbar. Introducing first, on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, and tonight wearing black with white and gold. His official weight, 166 3/4 pounds. He enters the ring with a record of 1 win against 1 defeat, 1 win coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Mexico City, Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Miguel Mendoza Melquiades. And his opponent on my right, fighting out of the red corner, and tonight wearing all black. He weighed in officially at 167 3/4 pounds. Tonight marks his professional debut here in the ring. Hailing from and representing Toronto, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, here is Nawid Zaman!
Gentlemen, we went through the rules earlier in the dressing room. I expect you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourselves at all times. Belt line is here, belt line is here. There are probably considered good blows. Any questions from the corners? Gentlemen, toss cutters, come up to the bell, come back to the bell.
So we are ready to go with our next contest in the super middleweight division. The feel-good story that is Nawid Zaman making his pro debut here tonight. You see him in the black trunks as he takes on Miguel Mendoza, who we mentioned was victorious up here in Canada last time out, that 4th round TKO win over Dave Luce. Zaman got his wish in making his pro debut here tonight.
He's definitely brought a lot of support here with him tonight. We could hear when they called his name out.
His trainer, Billy Martin, said the game plan here tonight is to try and double up the jab as often as possible and bring the right hand behind it. Billy says that Zaman has some good pop in his right hand if he can get it off. See him let go of that right hand. He might have a lane for it too. Of course, facing a southpaw here tonight, he might have to use it maybe a little bit more often than he would like to.
And that would be key for him, is to double that jab out and step to his left and let go of that right hand down the middle underneath the right jab of Mendoza.
The 3 jabs land there from Zaman. Certainly a good sign if you're facing a southpaw as an orthodox fighter. If you can jab over top of his lead hand, as Zaman is right now, well, you're off to a good start.
And Corey, being a southpaw myself, boxing orthodox fighters, it's always the battle of the jabs. So for Zaman to get the early jump on Mendoza here and establishing a beautiful right hand down the middle.
Well, that one might have affected Mendoza. He holds on.
Mendoza switches back to orthodox, or to orthodox, I should say.
Mendoza now goes from southpaw to trying to tuck behind his shoulder roll. We'll see if his defense will be a little less leaky than it was as a left-hander.
And Zaman just got to keep doing what landed that first good right hand, is keep popping that beautiful jab, inching closer, stepping up, and then go that right hand right down the middle. Whether Mendoza's in the orthodox or southpaw stance, as he just caught him there over the left hand with that right hand.
And that right hand from Zaman landing behind the ear of Mendoza. Mendoza had between 80 and 90 amateur fights, he estimates. Much like Zaman, Mendoza balances his boxing career with his day job.
As we look back and we see Zaman pop that jab, and keeping the distance is going to be a key for Zaman here. He has the reach advantage. He just has to keep the distance so he can land those counter shots when Mendoza tries to open up.
Get that jab going. When you you make a miss on here, I want you coming back, okay? You swinging on those wrists, come back hard, boom. Every time, okay, come on.
As we hear Coach Billy Martin implores Zaman to keep pumping that jab and step back with straight punches.
Round 2 underway. As promised, Billy Martin in the corner of Zaman, trying to keep things as simple as possible, particularly, a fighter who's turning pro later in their career. You see Zaman coming over top of the nice right hand again.
And like you mentioned, Corey, Billy was pleading with Zaman to keep pumping that jab in the right hand. And with his reach and his strength, that's all he needs to beat a guy like Mendoza. And he can get the highlight reel knockout by just keep pumping that jab and catching him with that beautiful right hand.
Shot to the body from Zaman a moment ago. Digs another one down there and climbs the ladder with the left hook. Zaman seems to really be settling in here in the opening round.
His punches are seeming to come with a little bit more flow and a lot more natural. Just letting that jab go, followed by a beautiful right hook to the body.
Mendoza certainly feeling those shots downstairs. And Zaman more than happy to keep serving them up.
And we give credit to Mendoza for taking these shots and keep moving forward, but he's not letting his hands go, Corey. He's not winning rounds. He's given away the first round. He's given away this round. He's going to have to force himself to try to get a knockout, which will be tough to do against a guy like Zaman with only 2 rounds.
Well, I think if anything, Steve, Mendoza, despite his amateur experience, despite having 2 pro fights, he's looked way more experienced, or excuse me, way less experienced than Zaman. He's kind of seemed a little bit confused as to what the game plan is here tonight.
It's like, and you couldn't be more right, Corey. He looks a little bit awkward in there, where Zaman is throwing nice jabs, nice 1-2. He looks like a guy who's had 80, 90 amateur fights, and this could be Mendoza's first time in the ring, or second or third time in the ring.
Well, Mendoza has offered up 3 utterly different styles so far in this fight. He started out as a southpaw, then tried to do a little Floyd Mayweather impression, and now he's trying to be the stalker. None of them have worked out particularly well thus far.
They just can't get past the long jab and the hard right hand of Zaman, and he's not letting his hands go, Mendoza. He's just walking towards Zaman, eating jabs, eating right hands. He's not giving any angles or trying to jab. He's just walking towards him, which isn't going to be successful.
Oh,
and a beautiful right uppercut.
Mendoza is buzzed, and Mendoza is down.
As I was saying, Mendoza is walking towards Zaman, and he walked into a beautiful right uppercut, followed by a short right hook.
What a way to close out the round for Nawid Zaman. And Miguel Mendoza going through the steps, and he will make it out of the round.
And it was a beautiful right uppercut, Corey, but it all came from the jab. And that's what's won, or has been winning Zaman these rounds, is the beautiful jab. If we can see it here. Well, that was earlier in the round when he was tied up with him there on the ropes. There was a short uppercut.
Yo lo estoy viendo. Ahí está.
So Miguel Mendoza trying to get his bearings here after hitting the canvas in the final 10 seconds of the second round. A beautiful short uppercut from Nawid Zaman. And we mentioned the confidence seems to be growing from Zaman. He's doing a little bit more than just the basic 1-1-2. Right now, he is going after it, and Mendoza is in trouble.
Mendoza's in a lot of trouble. And Zaman just got to give himself a little bit of space. I know he's excited right now, but this is where he's got to give himself some space, calm down a little bit, and not jam up his shots by getting in tight.
Zaman on the attack. Looking for another right hand. That one connects, but Mendoza able to take it. And we saw Mendoza hurt and able to bounce back in his last fight against Dave Luce. But Zaman believes that he is a step above the caliber of Luce. And thus far, he is certainly showing that as he goes back downstairs to the body.
And credit to Zaman and credit to Billy Martin, because he's throwing a lot of hard shots, but he's not throwing them wild, Corey. He's picking good head shots. He's picking good body shots. So hats off to Nawid, Zaman, and Billy Martin, because these are not just wild, hard shots. They're precise, accurate shots that are landing clean to the head and body as he lands another beautiful right uppercut to the body.
See blood pouring from the nose of Miguel Mendoza now. Well, Zaman certainly getting excellent sparring at the Hard Knocks Boxing Club. Some notable Canadian names like Adrian Bembridge, Nick Fantuzzi in the ring with him all the time. Good shot to the body there. Straight right hand downstairs from Zaman. Moving that power shot around, and another one comes in. Inside the final minute of round 3. Well, after the big burst of energy at the beginning of round 3, Zaman may be forced to pace himself a little bit more.
We got to give a little bit of credit to Mendoza here. He's taking some hard shots from Zaman. And he just keeps coming forward as he eats another one and another.
Zaman just unloading right now. Mendoza forced to retreat. The blood is flowing, and the gas tank may be emptying. Final moments of this round, and down goes Mendoza.
He caught Mendoza right at the end of his punch.
And that is it.
Referee Dave Dunbar makes the right call. Mendoza was hurt bad. Zaman had a lot of energy, was going to be coming hard. And a great performance from Nawid Zaman here at the Owl's Nest in Brampton, Ontario. From the outset, Corey, he used that jab to perfection, to the head, to the body, and it was the overall straight right hands that were set up by that beautiful jab that were just too much for Miguel Mendoza. Though Mendoza was game, the power in the end of Zaman was just too much as Mendoza takes the last shot of the night. And hats off to Nawid Zaman as he boxed beautifully in there, Corey. He didn't get excited. He stuck to the game plan that him and Billy Martin had, sticking to that jab, followed by the right hand, and he stuck to it, and it broke down Mendoza and got him the stoppage and the knockout that he wanted here for his pro debut. So an overall great performance and a great pro debut for Zaman.
So Zaman goes from serving pizzas to serving knockouts here tonight. A dream pro debut for Nawid Zaman. And we are ready to make it official. We'll send it back up to our MC, Mr. David Neiman.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 3 minutes of the third round. Referee in charge, Dave Dunbar, waves off the contest, declaring your winner by TKO, Nawid Zaman!
Moment that Zaman had waited for his entire life. It could not have gone any better. A highlight reel knockout on DAZN in your pro debut when fighting anymore might have been off the table for him at one point in his life. What a way to start your career.
It was a great performance. And not just a knockout, but he boxed great from the opening round. He boxed well, 1, 2, 3, popped that jab, let go of that straight right hand down the middle, boxed great from opening to finish. I look forward to seeing more of this kid.
And we're going to hear from him right now. He's standing by with our George Nassios.
Here with your winner, Nawid Zaman, made his pro debut tonight. I don't know, that didn't really look like a pro debut to me. It looked like a, did you guys think that was the guy making his first pro fight right there? How did it feel, first pro fight? What were the nerves like?
Hey, first of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank my coach, Billy, corner Nick, Adrian, all the guys from the Hard Knocks League promotion. And I love my son right there, Zayden. You're the man. He's the future champion right there. We're training him afterwards. And I feel great. I'm 34. A lot of people doubt me, like, yo, you're too old, you're this. But guess what? You can go suck, whatever.
All right. Thanks for saving that one. Like you said, you're 34. Let me ask you, like, a lot of people would kind of give up at a certain point on a pro dream. What makes you stick with it and keep going? Like, what made you determined to become a pro boxer?
I just want to make people, you know, a lot of people think like, oh, age is no number. Think of that, you know, don't think about your age. Oh, I'm gonna retire, I'm not good, this and that. Age is number. I feel great. I put a lot of hard work, a lot of running, a lot of cardio, a lot of training. The best team I got, like I said, there's nothing to worry. And I'm just starting right now.
You ended the second round with a bang, you knocked him down, and you came out super aggressive in that third round. Maybe like over aggressive at times. And he took some of your best shots, but you hung on. Go ahead.
Hey, where's Luigi?
Where's Luigi?
Luigi. He owns me $5 grand. That's the thing. Knock out $5 grand. That's my business partner.
What was there a bet?
I gotta knock the guy out. That's what it is. Where's my money, Luigi?
And you did. But he did take some shots early on, and you kind of stepped back. Like, how did you get the fuel, save the fuel in the tank there? Because it seemed like you gave him everything you had, and he stood in there, but you still found something more in the end.
I train with some monsters in our gym. Those guys are next level pros, and our cardio is next level. 4 rounds, nothing. I could go 8 rounds, 12 rounds, no problem. Yeah.
Nice. Very impressive debut. Congratulations, Nawid Zaman.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, George. So what a knockout victory for Nawid Zaman. And we're going to take a look back at the knockout right here, Steve.
They were good shots, and he's posting him up there with that beautiful long reach, and that was that first right hand that did the damage. And in the end, Zaman has had too much power, and that beautiful right hand, vicious, on the chin of Mendoza, and there was no getting up from that, Corey. It was a beautiful shot right at the end of the punch, and a great performance, and a great pro debut for Zaman.